Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. Super excited to be here. Super excited for today's episode. Super excited for this week. A lot of great things going on. So hop on in here. Hope you're ready. We're about to have some fun. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Heather Brown is in the house. Heather Brown's in the house. What's up, Heather? Great to see you. Hi, Cindy. Great to see you as well. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. That's right. It's Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Listen, I am your host. I am Glenn Lundy. I am also the creator of the hashtag Rise and Grind group, the only community on Facebook that guarantees motivation, education, and inspiration and has its own live daily morning show. You can come join us if you haven't already at riseandgrindgroup.com. We'd love to have you up in here. It's a bunch of us crazy people that like to wake up early and we like to attack the day. Listen, this week is Mental Health Week. That's right. This week is Mental Health Week, a week where we look at the tools and strategies we can use to keep our minds focused on what's next and to continue to stay positive as the world keeps throwing new things at you. If you have any friends or family members that maybe could use a little boost, maybe it's a friend or a family member that you love, a friend or a family member that you just want to put a smile on their face, a friend or a family member that you just know this morning could use a little nudge. I would love for you to go ahead and tag them below right now. I truly do believe if we could change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. Really, the way that we start our day, it sets the tone. It's everything, man. It's that natural reset button. I get up super early, 3:50 in the morning. I get up at 3:50 in the morning specifically so I can spend that first hour on mind, body, and spirit. And my goodness, what a game changer it is, man. I just highly suggest it. So tag somebody that you know that could use a change in the way that they start their day. Listen, yesterday we discussed different types of mental health disorders, right? We talked about major depressive disorder. We talked about anxiety, bipolar disorder, right? We talked about these different types of mental disorders. And we also came to an amazing realization yesterday. We came to this realization that really deep down at the root of all of it, there tends to be some type of loss of hope, right? and that hope is really the key to breaking out of some of these things. Hope is really the key of how we can shift our frequency from one that's maybe a little negative or a little feeling run down. We can shift our frequency to a complete other. I just said another. Another's not a word. A complete other level when we institute hope. Now, for a lot of people, hope comes in different forms and fashions, but ultimately it is one of the keys to keeping us moving forward in challenging seasons. Now, yesterday we also instituted a challenge. I challenged you to pick one thing that you're going to do. For those of you that are listening in for the first time today, we appreciate you being here. If you missed yesterday's episode, we challenged you to do one thing for the month of October, one thing for yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually that will help you shift that frequency, right? So for me, one thing that I'm doing mentally is I'm spending an hour a day in the 10X challenge, which is a Grant Cardone strategies. I'm looking at blowing up my business and mentally really diving into what that looks like to own and run a massive business that's making a massive impact. I'm also spending a lot of time in October on as far as my physical, really getting my knees into shape, which I'm super excited to tell you. I went to the doctor yesterday, and the report is that I'm not going to have surgery on my knees, which I'm super excited about. Just some extensive rehab to get these guys back up and running, because I want to get back on the trail with Liza, who I know's out there running right now, and Scott Simons, and just all the amazing people out there in Virginia that are running all over the place, right? Rick Tamburino. So I want to get back in the mix of that. So super excited. And then I'm also challenging myself to listen to a sermon a day from some of my favorite preachers from all over the world, to really just get that spiritual side of me jazzed up, jacked up, firing on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? And so I challenge you to do the same here in the month of October. I challenge you to pick one thing that you're going to do, one thing that you're going to do physically, one thing you're going to do mentally, one thing that you're going to do spiritually to help shift your frequency. So that challenge was yesterday, and I guess my question to you today is, did you take that seriously? So you have to understand that execution is the key to all of this. Waking up early, watching Rise and Grind is a great decision to make. It's a great start. Listening to the strategies is a great start. Reprogramming your mind to get you to that next level that you want to get to in your fitness, in your finances, with your friends, in your faith, right? In your careers, in how you feel about yourself. All of those things take execution. You can't just consume the content and not execute on it. So listen, for the rest of October, what are you going to attack, man? What are you going to do every day? Not periodically, not 3 times a week. What are you going to do daily over the next 24 days, 25 days? What are you going to do daily for yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually through this season? I want you to think about that. I want you to actually drop it down in the comments. Drop it down in the comments what you plan on doing daily. I want to see it. I want to know what you're up to. I want to hold you accountable while you're doing that, while you're dropping that down in the comments. We're going to listen to a little bit of music this morning because we like to dance on this show. We like to get the body in motion. I like this. I have this vision of people all across the United States just dancing, right? 5:30 a.m. They're just out there dancing, and I have this vision of other people looking at them like they're crazy. But deep down inside, they're going, my goodness, I wish I could dance like that at 5:30 a.m. I wish I had that kind of energy at 5:30 a.m. I wish I had that frequency at 5:30 a.m. All right, so drop it down in the comments. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're up to. This is also the part of the show where I say good morning to you and you say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Fair enough. All right, what's up, Mike Overfelt? Great to see you, my man. Rodney says he's gonna send me one of his messages. All right, cool. Marilyn Wilkin, she says she's doing goalkeepers, meditation, and she's dancing for 30 minutes. Dude, I love that. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Kim Wilson says she woke up early and got in some personal development, some devotion, some mindset work, and she's sticking to clean nutrition and hitting the gym. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, Kim Wilson. What's up, Don Sankey? Vicky Everett's in here. Whitney Wells. Terry LaPierre. What's up, West Storm? Kim Fair. Sarah Ball is in the house. Carmilla says for the rest of October, what are you going to do daily? Yeah, that's what I want to know. John Coltonborn says daily meditation actually started yesterday before he listened to the replay. Beautiful. Emily Gowler's in the house. What's up, John Paul Guidry? Ray Hatcher's up in here. Janelle Griego, Tina Bacon, Tabitha Wells. Carmilla says she's got to focus on getting up early. Girl, it's so important. So important. You got to change the way you start your day. What's up, Nathaniel Banks is in the house this morning. Great to see you. Tina Kelly Overfelt, great to see you as well. Rodney says a daily positive podcast and message. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Kyle Gundolf, I sure did. Challenged my dealership to do the same. Monday morning meeting, I lead. Kyle, that's what's up, dude. That's what I'm talking about, Kyle. He challenged the whole dealership to do one thing, physically, mentally, and spiritually, to better themselves every single day in October. That's what I'm talking about. Happy birthday, Ray Hatcher. What's up, Ray Hatcher? Happy birthday. Anita Falker Hill, good morning. Laura Berman, all kinds. Mike Higton is going to run his first 10K. Dude, let's all hold Mike accountable to that and cheer him on. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Mike Higton. Go get that first 10K. What's up, Spencer Nicholson? Great to see you. Suzanne Wall. Kim Fair is up in here. Julio Soto, all the way from Puerto Rico. Socks on, and he's got a popcorn bowl, so he's ready to dance. Carrie Lynn Carter is bouncing. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Everybody up in here this morning. This is beautiful. Vicky Everett, every day I'm working out and also cleaning out rooms of this house, organizing and decluttering as they go through a remodel. Rick Tamburino says starting sky breathing. That's interesting. We're going to have to learn more about what sky breathing is all about. Listen, I love you. Thank you for sharing this morning with me. Let's dive in here on #Rise and Grind. Before we go too far, I just want to remind you this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as Breast Cancer Awareness Month here on #Rise and Grind, we are supporting an organization called My Pink Navigator. And My Pink Navigator is run by a Rise and Grind member by the name of Bobby Nihas. And Bobby Nihas, what she does with My Pink Navigator, she actually goes out to women that are battling breast cancer, that are getting the chemo, that are in the midst of the surgeries and all of those things. And Bobby has been able to help them create community. She helps them create community so they have other women to go through the process with. They can lift each other up. They can encourage each other. She also brings them gifts and items and things to help make them more comfortable as they go through that transition. We're going to be supporting My Pink Navigator all month long, and you can show your support by hopping on over to glenlundy.com, or you can go to riseandgrindoffline.com, and you can grab one of these t-shirts. Go ahead and get one of your t-shirts if you like this style. That works. If you like the raglan style, they're amazing as well. Rise rise together, and in the word rise, it has the Rise and Grind cross, which I love in that particular design. So I would love for you to show your support. Go grab a t-shirt. 100% of the proceeds are going to go to My Pink Navigator. Also, you might see a little thing in your feed if you're watching at 5:30 a.m. Eastern time on our business page. You'll see in the feed, you'll see an option to drop some stars. That allows you to make some donations right here through the stream, and those donations we take 100% and goes directly to My Pink Navigator. So I would love for you to take action on that, execute on that, grab yourself a shirt, drop a few dollars if you can afford it, if it's on your heart, if you've ever been touched by cancer, if any of your family members have ever battled it, ever fought through it, you know what it's like. And we have an opportunity. We have an incredible opportunity to make an impact, not just here locally, but nationwide with My Pink Navigator. So would love your support on that this morning. A loss of hope, right? Hope really being the key to shifting that frequency. But a loss of hope is the most dangerous of mental destruction. Children worldwide are battling this on a level we've really never seen before. Recent stats show that more young people are dying by suicide. And they say experts aren't sure why, but I'm sure a lot of experts are. It's actually up, when I looked up the actual statistics, it's up 60% in the last 10 years. Children between the ages of 10 and 14 years old is the biggest demographic that's grown in the suicide rate. 10 and 14. I personally have had a lot of friends, a ridiculous number of friends that have lost their children due to their children losing hope and making a decision that felt like to them the only way out. I actually almost lost my oldest daughter. She's battled with depression and anxiety for most of her life and had multiple thoughts and ideas that she had that it was never going to get better. Luckily for me, God blessed us and she's still alive and well and healthy. Not the case. Not the case for a lot of children around the world today, man. You see, this world it's busy. It's busy right now. It's plagued with all kinds of things that literally can trigger the worst in people and can paint a picture that it's never going to get better. Triggering anger, triggering hate, triggering violence, triggering division. And now with this particular season that we're in, as we battle a global pandemic, CV19 as I call it, CV19 has added fuel to this mix that was already volatile to begin with. So now there's the additional fear of the unknown that is playing on people's minds. There's the masks and the lack of smiles around the world. There's the sickness itself and the death, right? Sickness and death. People being separated from their families and from their loved ones for a long period of time. Like altogether, it's just a Molotov cocktail. Like Jeff Baker just said, you add in the social pressures, you add in the lack of God in schools. You can list the laundry list goes on and on and on that is feeding into this narrative that is helping to promote the idea that you have no reason to have hope for tomorrow. And so as we talk this morning and this week, the question is, how can we change that, right? How do we shift that narrative? How do we shift that frequency from one of fear and loss of hope and lack and thinking that the only way out is down, when how we can actually create an environment where the only way out is up? We can create an environment where there's hope on the horizon. We can create environments and use strategies and tools to make sure that we don't succumb or allow our families to succumb to all of the pressures that exist. How do we change it? How do we fight it? How do we battle back? How do we execute? How do we take control? That's what we're talking about all this week. And I got to tell you, today it starts at home. The message I want to share with you is that today it starts at home. You see, home is where you are most vulnerable and least alert. See, home is where you kind of let your guard down a little bit. You're like, all right, I'm home for the day. I can just sit, I can chill, I can consume. 75% of suicides happen at home. 75%, that's a big number. 75% happen at home. I mean, just imagine, you know how it is, right? You've had a long day at work. You walk into the house. You want to get comfortable. You lay down. You maybe grab a snack. You maybe grab a drink. For some people, they pop a pill, right? You're tired. You tell the kids you're tired. At the end of the night, maybe if you have a spouse or someone that you live with, you sit in bed and you're scrolling through your phone, sitting 3 feet apart from each other, right? And you guys are just scrolling through your phone, not even really looking at each other, not even really interacting with each other, right? You know how it is. It's okay. You're not alone. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. I get it. I do it. I've done it, right? And maybe as you're doing all of that, as you're consuming, and as you've let your guard down and now you feel comfortable, maybe there's things that are being attacked mentally in you that you don't even realize it. Maybe some fears start to kick in. Maybe you start to lose a little self-esteem as you flip through and look at all of the Photoshop that exists in the world, right? And you start to lose hope. The mind kicks in and ultimately it has a solution for you. It has a solution on how we can make all this go away, all this pain, all this fear, all of this feeling of less than. 75% of suicides happen at home. But see, this doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to happen to you or around you. You can be intentional in your home. If you're intentional in your home, then we can create environments of hope. We can actually defend ourselves against the outside world. We can fight against it. I'm going to give you 5 real quick ways that you can do that. First thing that you can do at home is make sure there's plenty of sunlight. Sunlight and lots of it. Lots of it. You see, science has shown and proven that sunlight actually releases serotonin in your body. It releases serotonin, which creates this feel-good feeling. It invigorates. It rejuvenates. There's a reason, right? There's a reason you have increased suicide rates in Seattle, Washington, and less suicide rates when it comes to Florida, right? Lots of sun. Sun is so good for you. It also releases nitric oxide, right? Nitric oxide, which brings down your blood pressure. Did you know that? Sunlight can literally bring down your blood pressure. So first and foremost, man, my daughter, we had to have this conversation. She was living in the dark, man. She just everything was dark, blocking out her windows, no sunlight, no nothing, right? And that's where she was living her life. And what it could started to consume her, man. We need sun. We're built for sun. Get out in the sun, lots of it. Get lots of it. Second thing you can do at home is be really careful what you watch and what you listen to. You see, your music can impact the frequencies as well. Your music can impact the mind. See, right now, I know that there are a lot of young people and maybe some old people that are listening to things they should not be listening to. I'm not conservative. I'm not a prude. I like my music, but you don't understand that you have to be careful. Every single word is programming. These children are on TikTok doing the WAP. Are you kidding me? No offense. I love you. I'm talking to you friend to friend. I'm talking to all my friends that have their kids and they're on the phones and they're on the TikToks and they're doing the WAP dance. Dude. I got a buddy that sits there with his 5, 6, 7-year-old playing video games where they're shooting and blowing off the heads of everybody in the dang things. Most graphic, gory video games in the world. These kids are young. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Take a little responsibility, please. I'm begging you. Think about it. Well, it's just music. I just like to dance. Dude, it's all programming, man. It's all of it. Please be careful. I love you. I don't want to get a message from you. I don't want to get a message from you about your kids, about you losing a kid. I don't want to get a message from you about that. I don't want to get a message from you that you've lost hope. And every day we're listening to whatever, man. Just be careful. You feel me? Just be careful. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you letting your kids listening to? What are they watching? Third thing at the house. Planting or gardening, do-it-yourself projects, those types of things. When you can do those around the house, they can give you a sense of completion. They can give you a sense of satisfaction. They can give you a sense of purpose. They can do all of those things for you. Also with gardening, they find that it's really awesome. You get a sense of control, right? A sense of control, and you also get a sense of it's okay when things fail. It's okay when part of your plants don't grow. It's okay that some of your seeds, not all of your seeds are going to bear fruit, right? So gardening, planting, having plants around the house, that type of thing can really help with your mental state as well. Number 4 is making sure you have cleanliness, structure, and order in your home. There's nothing worse than going to work all day, working hard, and walking home and your place is a disaster. It's frustrating. Elevated blood pressure levels instantly, right? Or you going into your home office or whatever area and it's cluttered and there's a mess and there's things over there everywhere and there's things not complete. That can feed into this feeling of hopelessness or frustration or overwhelm. So just make sure you have a nice, clean, good area. Make sure that your stuff's all put together. And the 5th thing that I want to share, and I got to go quick because I know I got to get you out of here. So the 5th thing is signs and pictures that you have around the house are super important. It's super important that even if you live on your own, it's important that you have other faces in the house so you feel like you're a part of something. However, I want you to be very careful. If there is anything in your home that when you look at gives you a negative vibe, anything in your home, maybe it's old clothes, maybe it's a yearbook, maybe it's an old picture, maybe it's an old pot, maybe it's a whatever, maybe it's a spoon that you shared with an ex, whatever it is. If there's anything in your home that when you look at it, it gives you a negative vibe, a negative sensation, a negative feeling of any way, shape, or form, get rid of it today. Execute, throw it out. You cannot waste time dwelling on things that do not bring you joy. Do you understand? It's crucial. It's survival. Your environment is incredibly powerful and impactful on how you're going to do moving forward. Lots of sunlight in your home. Watch what you watch and what you listen to. Do some planting or some gardening, man. Find the time for that. It's good. It gets you outside too. Make sure you have cleanliness and structure in your home. Don't be a messy slob. It's not good for you. And make sure all of your environment promotes hope and positivity. Those are your 5 strategies for today as we talk about mental health this week here on #RiseAndGrind. I hope that helped you. I hope you didn't get mad at me for yelling at you. I hope you still love me, and I hope you'll come back here again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on #RiseAndGrind. Have an amazing day today. You, my friend, are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything, made you to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. You're making good decisions. You're listening to the podcast. You're watching us on YouTube, right? You're watching live at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. You're doing all those things. And I want you to know that it matters. It's making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. You showing up here today, it's made an impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. Thank you to those of you that dropped stars and those of you that are buying shirts to support Bobby out there with My Pink Navigator. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go get to one. See ya!
#blessed, write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum, I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it, ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals, I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world is so alarmed. And I #RiseAndGrind, #RiseAndGrind. First thing on my